Hi. Hi guys, my name is Trollisher and welcome to my top 10 games of the past year 2014. Last year was a great year in terms of video games. We got some great games to play and I have my top 10. I hope you enjoyed this top 10. It's my personal top 10 and I just can't stop saying top 10, top 10, top 10, top 10, but sorry. Let's get started, guys.
Number 10.
Coming in at number 10, I have a great game called Far Cry 4. You know the Far Cry series, don't you? It's one of the best series I've ever played. And Far Cry 4 is a great game. I love almost everything in that game. They have great graphics, it's really fun to play. You have great guns, great vehicles, wherever. It's a great game in my opinion. It's not my favorite kind of video game, just that's why it's on my top 10, but it got here, so it's pretty lucky. Let's get to the number 9. Number 9 on my list is called The Evil Within. This is also a great game. It has one of the best history modes I've seen this year, and I love everything in it. I love the way the game is developed. I love the graphics. Probably the only reason why it's not like my top 1 game, it's because there were other great games that I had to put first than this one, but I would love this game to have first person mode, because I would love to play this game in first person, even though the third person mode is safer probably. Let's get to number 8. Number 8 is one of the best games I've seen, and it's one of the best franchises I've seen. It's called Mario Kart 8. You all know this game, Mario Kart? And now the 8th version has better graphics. It has just great fun with it. With your friends playing this game is like you get a great time, and I just love this game. It brings a lot of Nintendo's best characters into one game, and it's a great game overall. And I love racing games, so that's even funnier. This is the perfect game to play with your friends. There's one game that I think is better than this one to play with your friends, and that game is coming up in the list, not yet, but you'll see. Mario Kart 8, the only problem, you know, it's a Nintendo game, and you can only play with your friends if you have a Nintendo, if one of them has a Nintendo console, you know, Wii U or whatever. And most people I know don't have a Wii U or a Wii or any Nintendo console. They all have like PlayStations and that kind of stuff, so that's the only problem. But apart from that, great game. Now let's go to number 7. Number 7 on my list is a great game that brings one unique thing to it. It's called Shadow of Mordor. You all know this game, I guess. If you don't, I'm gonna kill you. This game has, I don't know what it is called, but I'll explain to you. It's like, you know the basics of this game. You have to kill like orcs and stuff, and you have a great story mode that I love. But if you don't kill one orc or whatever those monsters are, they remember. So when you go back to fight it again, they are stronger and they know your weak points and that kind of stuff. So it's not like, oh, I'll just redo this. No, if you fail, it gets harder and harder, and that's why I love this game. It has a special thing that other games like this don't have. where you just, oh, I failed, what I'm gonna do now is go back and fight it again and it's gonna be easier. No, this just gets harder and that's funner. Funner? Is that a word? Yes. It gets really fun, and when you finally beat them, you're like, woo! Woo! Woo, bitch! Sorry. Now let's go to number 6. My number 6 isn't like a special game. It isn't just one game. It's a couple of games, 2 games. And I have to mention this, but it's not like just one game, and it will be in my top 10 like every year. FIFA and PES. How do you say it in English? Pro Evolution Soccer, I don't know how you pronounce it. So those are like the biggest football games, video game, whatever. And they just keep getting better each year. They have better graphics, and these are like the best football video games made yet. But I'm sure next year we'll get a better game. Let's go to number 5. My number 5 is probably one of the most difficult games to beat like ever. It's called Dark Souls, and I chose number 2 because Dark Souls 1 is not recent. I think it is on PewDiePie's top 10 as well. I think it's like his favorite game. I don't know if he prefers number 1 or number 2, but this game is a lot of fun. If you can go check PewDiePie playing it, or other YouTuber, I don't know why am I mentioning PewDiePie, because he has talked about this game before. It's just a great game overall, and it's so difficult, but it just makes it so fun, and it's a great game. What I have to say is that. Let's go to my number 4. Number 4 on the list is another great game. It's a racing game, and it's Forza Horizon 2. It's like a great game. I think it has now a new DLC. It has like Fast and Furious stuff, like cars, or either Fast and Furious or Need for Speed. I think it's Fast and Furious DLC, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but it's a great racing game, you know it. Go check it out if you want. It's my favorite racing game, like right now, maybe of all time, I don't know. It has great graphics, it's so fun to play, and it's not a boring game, so go play it if you can. Let's go, I know what I do this. Let's go to number 3? Let's do it!
3.
On my top 3, I have one of the best games of this year, that's why it's in my top 3. It's called Alien Isolation. I love that game. You know the story. It's like you're isolated in a... I don't remember the name of it in English. Whatever, you're in space. It's a spaceship. Yes, a spaceship, of course. And there's an alien there. I think there's more than an alien there. And that alien like has 2 mouths inside of his mouth, so you have like to run away, and it's a really cool game. It's a hard game as well, but it's really fun, and that's why it's in my top 3.
Number 2.
Number 2 on the list. This game is here for one reason and one reason only. It's probably the only game that has been able to bring a TV series to a game and just make it an awesome game. You know what I'm talking about. South Park, The Stick of Truth, it's probably the best game based on a TV series ever. You get what you see on TV. You get the characters, they're the same characters as in the TV series, same voice, the same acting. You just get to be a part of the show. Like, you make your own South Park episode, and you create yourself and you play. You can go through the city. It's like you get almost freedom in the city. You can go anywhere you want, pretty much, and you get all the classics. Everything from the TV series is there, and it's the best South Park game that we could ever ask. So thank you, whoever made it. I don't know.
And number 1 is...
And my top game could just be this one. Probably the best game I've ever seen. And this is my opinion, so don't get offended by it. It's called Super Smash Bros. And you know it. Super Smash Bros. Is all of Mario Kart's fun without racing. You get the characters back together, you get them in one game, and you don't race, you fight. And that's even cooler, isn't it? That's my opinion, and I love this game. It just has better graphics. It's just the best game to play with your friends that's in the market right now. And you can play with one friend, you can play with two friends, you can play with seven friends plus you, 8 players in a 8-player Smash. And I think that's a pretty cool thing to do. So if you have the game, just go play it and don't stop playing it until your fingers are beautiful. So this is my top 10 games. I know I should have spoken more about the games, but I don't want it to be like a big video. I just wanted to let you know my top 10. You can check those games out. Those are pretty good games. They are my top 10. So till next time, my name is Trollisher, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!